I'm 26M, and I'm losing my mind right now, and I need some perspective because everyone in my life is telling me I'm being crazy, but I feel like I'm being completely reasonable. My girlfriend Amanda, 24F, and I have been together for about 10 months. Things have been great overall, but there's one issue that's been a constant source of tension: her relationship with her ex-boyfriend Ryan. Amanda and Ryan dated for 2 years and broke up about 6 months before we started dating. They were together through college and have a lot of mutual friends, so they still see each other occasionally at group events. I've tried to be cool about it because I know you can't always avoid your ex, especially when you share a friend group. But Ryan clearly isn't over Amanda. He's always commenting on her social media posts, texting her about random stuff, and finding excuses to talk to her when we're all out together. Amanda insists they're just friends and that I'm being paranoid, but I can see how he looks at her. The bigger issue is that Amanda doesn't seem to have any boundaries with Ryan. She'll text him back immediately, but sometimes takes hours to respond to me. She's mentioned having lunch with him as friends a few times, which makes me uncomfortable, but I've tried not to make a big deal about it. Last weekend was Ryan's birthday, and Amanda told me she couldn't hang out Saturday night because she had family stuff to do. I was disappointed, but understood family comes first. Well, yesterday I found out that was a complete lie. I was at my buddy Jake's place watching the game, and his girlfriend Michelle was there. Michelle is friends with Amanda through work, and she started talking about how fun Ryan's birthday party was on Saturday night. I was confused and asked what she meant. Michelle said that Amanda had been at Ryan's birthday party at some bar downtown, and that it looked like they were having a great time based on the photos she'd seen. I felt like I'd been punched in the stomach. Amanda had lied straight to my face about where she was going, so she could attend her ex-boyfriend's birthday party without telling me. I immediately called Amanda and asked her where she'd been Saturday night. She said she'd been with her family, like she told me. When I said I knew she'd been at Ryan's party, she got quiet for a long time and then admitted it. Amanda said she'd lie because she knew I'd be upset about her going to Ryan's party, and she didn't want to fight about it. She said it was just a casual thing with a bunch of friends and that nothing happened between her and Ryan. I told Amanda that I was more upset about her lying to me than I was about her going to the party. I said that if she'd been honest with me, we could have talked about it, but lying to me was completely unacceptable. Amanda said she was sorry for lying, but that she felt like she had to because I get weird about Ryan. She said that Ryan is part of her friend group and that she should be able to go to his birthday party without it being a big deal. I told Amanda that I wouldn't have stopped her from going to the party, but that lying to me about it was a huge breach of trust. I said that if she felt like she had to lie to me about something, that was a sign that she knew it was inappropriate. Amanda got defensive and said that she'd done nothing wrong at the party and that I was being controlling by making her feel guilty about maintaining friendships with people from her past. We ended up having a huge fight where I said that I felt like she was prioritizing Ryan's feelings over mine, and she said that I was being jealous and possessive. Since then, I've talked to several friends about the situation, and the responses have been mixed. Some of my guy friends think that Amanda crossed a line by lying to me and that her behavior with Ryan is inappropriate. But some of my other friends, including a few women, think that I'm being controlling and that Amanda should be able to be friends with whoever she wants. My sister said that I'm being insecure and that if I trusted Amanda, it wouldn't matter if she went to her ex's party. She said that trying to control who Amanda hangs out with is a red flag and that I need to work on my jealousy issues. But I don't think this is about controlling who she hangs out with. It's about the lying and the lack of boundaries. If Amanda had said, "Hey, Ryan's having a birthday party, and I want to go because our friend group will be there," I would have been uncomfortable, but I probably would have been okay with it. The fact that she felt the need to lie to me about it makes me think that she knew it was wrong. I'm also bothered by the fact that Amanda chose to lie rather than have an honest conversation with me about it. What else is she willing to lie about to avoid conflict? How can I trust her going forward? Amanda and I are supposed to talk tonight, but I honestly don't know what to say to her. She's been texting me saying that she's sorry for lying, but that she feels like I'm being unreasonable about her friendship with Ryan. I feel like I'm going crazy because everyone is acting like I'm some controlling boyfriend, but I really don't think I am. I've never told Amanda she can't be friends with Ryan, and I've tried to be understanding about their history. But lying to me so she can go to his party behind my back feels like a huge betrayal. Am I being controlling and overreacting like everyone says? Or is Amanda's behavior actually inappropriate and disrespectful to our relationship? I love Amanda, and I want to work through this, but I don't know how to move forward when I feel like I can't trust her to be honest with me about Ryan. Update 3 days later. Thanks to everyone who commented on my original post. The responses were pretty split, but it helped me feel less crazy about the whole situation. Amanda and I had our talk, and it didn't go the way I was hoping it would. I started by telling Amanda that I wanted to understand why she felt like she had to lie to me about Ryan's party. I said that I was trying to figure out if this was a communication problem we could work through or if there were bigger issues in our relationship. Amanda apologized again for lying, but then she said that she felt like I'd created an environment where she couldn't be honest about Ryan because I always got upset when his name came up. I asked Amanda to give me examples of times when I'd been unreasonable about Ryan, and she brought up a few instances where I'd made comments about his behavior toward her or asked questions about their interactions. She was right that I'd expressed concerns about Ryan in the past, but I didn't think I'd been controlling or unreasonable. I told Amanda that having concerns about her ex-boyfriend's obvious interest in her was normal, and that I'd always tried to express those concerns respectfully. Amanda said that even though I hadn't directly told her not to be friends with Ryan, I made it clear that I didn't like their friendship, which made her feel like she had to hide things from me. I told Amanda that I could understand her perspective, but that lying to me was never the right solution. I said that if she felt like she couldn't be honest with me about something, we needed to work on our communication, not resort to deception. Amanda agreed that lying was wrong, but she said that she felt trapped between wanting to maintain her friendships and wanting to keep me happy. She said that she'd hoped that if she just went to the party quietly, it wouldn't become a big issue between us. I asked Amanda if she could see why that logic was problematic. I said that making decisions about our relationship without including me in the conversation was a pattern I was worried about. Amanda said that she didn't think going to a friend's birthday party was a relationship decision that required my input. She said that she should be able to make some choices about her social life without having to check with me first. I told Amanda that I agreed with that in principle, but that the situation with Ryan was different because of their history and his obvious feelings for her. I said that I thought situations involving exes required extra communication and transparency. Amanda said that she understood why I felt that way, but that she didn't want to feel like she needed permission to see people who were part of her life before we started dating. We talked in circles for a while, and I started to feel like we weren't going to find a solution that worked for both of us. Amanda seemed to view any concern I had about Ryan as controlling behavior, and I felt like she was being naive about Ryan's intentions and dismissive of my feelings. The conversation took a turn when I asked Amanda if she could commit to being completely honest with me about her interactions with Ryan going forward. I said that I wasn't asking her to cut him out of her life, but that I needed full transparency to rebuild trust. Amanda hesitated for a long time before answering, which was a red flag for me. Finally, she said that she could try to be more transparent, but that she didn't want to feel like she had to report every conversation or interaction to me. I told Amanda that I wasn't asking for a play-by-play of her life, but that if she was going to see Ryan or talk to him about anything significant, I wanted to know about it. I said that transparency was the only way we were going to get past this. Amanda said that she felt like that was still too controlling and that she needed to be able to have some privacy in her friendships. That's when I realized that Amanda and I had very different ideas about what was appropriate in a relationship. She seemed to think that her relationship with Ryan should be completely separate from our relationship, while I thought that her interactions with her ex-boyfriend should be something we could discuss openly. We ended the conversation without really resolving anything. Amanda said that she needed some time to think about whether she could be in a relationship with someone who needed that level of transparency about her friendships. I told Amanda that I needed time to think about whether I could be in a relationship with someone who thought lying to me was acceptable under any circumstances. Since then, we've been texting sporadically, but we haven't seen each other. Amanda seems to be waiting for me to apologize for being controlling, and I'm waiting for her to acknowledge that lying to me was a serious breach of trust. I'm starting to wonder if we're just not compatible when it comes to boundaries and communication. I don't think I'm being unreasonable by expecting honesty from my girlfriend, but Amanda clearly feels like my expectations are too high. Some of you asked in the comments whether I thought Amanda still had feelings for Ryan. Honestly, I'm not sure, but I'm starting to think that whether she has feelings for him or not, she's not willing to prioritize our relationship over her friendship with him, and that's a problem either way. I don't know where things go from here. Part of me wants to fight for this relationship because I really care about Amanda, but another part of me is wondering if I should be with someone who lies to me to avoid difficult conversations. Update 2 to 1 week later. A lot has happened since my last update, and unfortunately, it's confirmed some of my worst fears about this situation. Amanda and I met for coffee yesterday to try to work things out, but the conversation ended up making everything worse instead of better. Amanda started by saying that she'd been thinking a lot about our relationship and that she'd talked to some friends about our situation to get their perspective. I asked which friends she'd talked to, and she mentioned a few people from her work and friend group. Then she said that she'd also talked to Ryan about it because he was part of the situation and she wanted to get his take on things. I I couldn't believe what I was hearing. Amanda had discussed our relationship problems with the same ex-boyfriend who was causing the problems in the first place. I asked her if she could see how inappropriate that was. Amanda said that Ryan was one of her closest friends and that she talks to him about everything. She said that he'd actually given her good advice about her situation and helped her see things more clearly. I asked Amanda what kind of advice Ryan had given her, and she said that he'd told her that I was being controlling and that she deserved to be with someone who trusted her completely. She said that Ryan had pointed out that healthy relationships don't require constant transparency about friendships. I told Amanda that of course Ryan would tell her that I was the problem. He clearly wanted her to break up with me so he could have another chance with her. I said that taking relationship advice from her ex-boyfriend was like asking a fox to guard the henhouse. Amanda got defensive and said that Ryan wasn't trying to break us up. He was just looking out for her as a friend. She said that his advice had been thoughtful and that I was being paranoid about his motivations. I asked Amanda if she could see how it looked from my perspective. She lied to me about going to his party, and now she was discussing our relationship problems with him and using his opinions to justify her behavior. Amanda said that I was being ridiculous and that I was proving Ryan's point about me being controlling. She said that she should be able to talk to her friends about her relationship without me dictating who those friends could be. I told Amanda that there's a difference between talking to friends about your relationship and talking to your ex-boyfriend who clearly still has feelings for you. I said that we should be working through our problems together, not involving her ex in our business. Amanda said that I was being controlling again and that she should be able to talk to her friends about whatever she wants. She said that if I trusted her, it wouldn't matter who she talked to about our relationship. We ended up having another fight, and Amanda left saying that she needed space to think about whether our relationship was worth all this drama. I'm honestly at a loss right now. I feel like every time I try to express a boundary or concern, Amanda turns it around and makes me feel like I'm being controlling or unreasonable. But I also can't shake the feeling that something is off about this whole situation. Amanda went from being sorry about lying to me to immediately running to Ryan to discuss our relationship problems. And now Ryan is actively encouraging her to question our relationship. I'm starting to wonder if Amanda is more invested in her relationship with Ryan than she's letting on. The fact that she's seeking relationship advice from her ex-boyfriend and then using his opinions to justify her behavior seems like a huge red flag to me. My friends are split on this. Some think that Amanda discussing our relationship with Ryan is completely inappropriate and that I should end things. Others think that I'm being too jealous and that Amanda should be able to talk to whoever she wants about her problems. I honestly don't know what to think anymore. Part of me wonders if I'm being paranoid and controlling like Amanda says. But another part of me feels like Amanda is emotionally cheating on me with Ryan and using him to validate her behavior. I'm supposed to see Amanda this weekend to talk about things, but I'm not sure what to say to her. I feel like every conversation we have just makes things worse. I really love Amanda, and I want to make this work, but I'm starting to feel like she's more committed to her relationship with Ryan than she is to our relationship, and I don't know how to compete with that. Final update, 2 weeks later. I need to write this final update because this situation has come to a head, and I think there are some important lessons here for anyone dealing with similar relationship issues. Amanda and I met up last weekend to try to work through our problems, but the conversation ended up confirming my worst fears about what was really going on. I went into the conversation hoping we could find a way to move forward, but Amanda seemed distant and distracted from the moment she arrived. She kept checking her phone, which was unusual for her. I started by telling Amanda that I wanted to work through our communication issues and find a way to rebuild trust between us. I said that I was willing to work on being less reactive about her friendship with Ryan if she could be more transparent about their interactions. Amanda listened, but she didn't seem very engaged. When I finished talking, she said that she'd been doing a lot of thinking over the past week and that she wasn't sure if we were right for each other. I asked Amanda what she meant by that, and she said that our fight about Ryan had made her realize that we might have different values when it comes to relationships and trust. Amanda said that she needed to be with someone who could handle her having close friendships with people from her past, including Ryan. She said that she felt like she was constantly walking on eggshells around me and that it was exhausting. I told Amanda that I'd never asked her to end her friendship with Ryan. I just asked for honesty and appropriate boundaries. I said that discussing our relationship problems with her ex was what crossed the line for me. Amanda said that she didn't think she'd done anything wrong by talking to Ryan about our relationship. She said that he'd given her good perspective and helped her realize that she deserved to be with someone who trusted her completely. I asked Amanda if she could see how it was problematic to seek relationship advice from someone who clearly had a bias against me and our relationship. She said that Ryan was just looking out for her and that his opinion mattered to her. That's when I realized that Amanda was never going to see my side of this situation. She'd already made up her mind that I was the problem, and Ryan had reinforced that belief. I told Amanda that if she valued Ryan's opinion about our relationship more than my feelings, then maybe we weren't right for each other. I said that I couldn't be in a relationship where my girlfriend's ex-boyfriend had more influence over her decisions than I did. Amanda said that she thought we should take a break to figure out what we really wanted. She said that maybe some time apart would help us both gain perspective on the situation. I told Amanda that I didn't want to take a break. I wanted to either work through our problems or end the relationship. I said that breaks usually just drag out the inevitable and make things messier. Amanda said that she needed time to think about things and that she'd call me in a few days to talk about what she'd decided. But Amanda didn't call me in a few days. She didn't call me at all. Instead, I found out through social media that Amanda and Ryan had been spending a lot of time together over the past week. A mutual friend posted a photo of a group dinner that included both Amanda and Ryan, and they looked pretty cozy in the background. I decided to text Amanda to ask if she was ready to talk about our relationship. She texted back saying that she was still thinking about things and needed more time. I told Amanda that I deserved better than being left in limbo while she figured out her feelings. I said that if she needed to spend time with Ryan to figure out what she wanted, then she'd already made her choice. Amanda called me after that text, and we had our final conversation. She said that she wasn't trying to hurt me, but that she needed to explore her feelings and figure out what she really wanted. I told Amanda that she didn't need to explore anything. She just needed to be honest about what was already happening. I said that it was clear she'd rather be with Ryan, and that I wasn't going to wait around while she figured that out. Amanda said that she cared about me, and that this wasn't easy for her either. She said that she'd never intended for things to get so complicated. I told Amanda that things had gotten complicated because she'd chosen to put her relationship with Ryan ahead of our relationship from the very beginning. I said that lying to me about the party was just the first red flag, and that everything that followed had confirmed that she wasn't fully committed to us. Amanda said that she was sorry things had turned out this way, but that she thought breaking up was probably the right thing to do. She said that we clearly wanted different things from a relationship. I agreed with Amanda that breaking up was the right choice, but not for the reason she thought. I told her that I deserved to be with someone who would be honest with me and put our relationship first over their friendships with exes. We ended the call on a relatively civil note, but I felt more relieved than sad. I've been carrying this anxiety about Amanda and Ryan for months, and it felt good to finally have clarity about what was really going on. 2 days later, Amanda posted a photo on Instagram of her and Ryan at some restaurant, looking very much like a couple. They made it official on social media about a week after that. Looking back on this whole situation, I realized that I wasn't being controlling or paranoid. I was picking up on real signals that Amanda was emotionally invested in someone else. The lying about the party was just the tip of the iceberg. Amanda was never going to choose me over Ryan, and she used my concerns about their relationship to paint me as the jealous, controlling boyfriend. It was easier for her to make me the villain than to admit that she was emotionally cheating. I've learned a lot from this experience about trusting my gut and not letting people gaslight me into thinking my concerns are invalid. When someone you're dating is more concerned with their ex's opinion than your feelings, that tells you everything you need to know about where their priorities lie. I'm doing much better now. I'm back to dating, and I'm being more careful about getting involved with people who maintain inappropriate relationships with their exes. I've also learned to trust my instincts when something feels off, even if other people tell me I'm overreacting. For anyone dealing with a similar situation, if your partner is lying to you about interactions with their ex, discussing your relationship problems with that ex, and putting that person's opinion ahead of your feelings, you're probably not being paranoid. Trust your gut, and don't let anyone make you feel crazy for having reasonable boundaries. Amanda and Ryan deserve each other, and I deserve someone who will be honest with me and put our relationship first. I'm glad I found out who Amanda really was before I wasted any more time on her.